So apparently this DH4, I think it's a DH4, is actually far more capable than I have given it credits for. I just went beyond its, well, almost beyond its operational limits by taking it up a hill that was steeper than I thought it was, and went up for far, far longer than I thought it did. Hello and welcome back to Derail Valley Simulator. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video, and in the last video I brought a train all the way up to here. In fact, the train is that one there with the excavators. I brought that all the way up to the iron ore mine east, which is right at the top of a hill, as you can see right in the northeast corner of the map. And I struggled quite a bit trying to get this up the hill. And then I said that this locomotive is a little bit disappointing, but apparently, as I said, I have been told that it is actually quite capable. So I'm going to give this locomotive another chance today. I'm going to take this over to the steel mill. Now this is 430 tons, which is more than the other train. However, it appears to be fairly downhill. So the plan is, if I leave here, I will go through this way, down this path over to, I suppose, the left-hand side from where we are looking, down this, continue down the left, go around this loop, and this looks rather downhill, over to here. That looks like a 30 kilometers per hour corner, so make sure that I do not exceed 30 kilometers per hour or 19 miles per hour around that corner. Follow this all the way down and into the steel mill. It should be doable, and this is going to be effectively my chance at, or this locomotive's chance at, redeeming itself, even though it is not alive and therefore cannot really redeem itself, but in the sense of, can it do the job that I wish for it to do? So make sure you stay tuned. That is going to be today's task, but of course, before I do that, I'm going to have to figure out exactly where this is. I think it must be this one here, because this looks fairly short. In fact, let me have a check. IME FH95 is the correct one. So this is the one I'm going to take. Now, the only problem I'm going to have here is I see no way of turning this train around, or this locomotive around. So I'm going to have to be driving it. I suppose I'm going to have to be driving it backwards. Not that that should be too big a deal, but I'll see. So yes, make sure you stay tuned. Let's get started. I'm already going to turn this over, and let's see if this locomotive is capable of doing what I want it to do. Right, step one is, of course, start the locomotive up. And when I mean backwards, I mean I'm going to be driving it this way, and all the speedos and everything are going to be on that side, which is where the problem is going to be. But I think I should be able to just about manage. I certainly hope I'll be able to manage with this. So at the very least, I have the controls, and I can just look around and do that to check the speedometer. It is also raining, which is going to add a new... That is going to add a new issue. Yep, that is definitely going to add a new issue to this. Right, just to make sure this actually goes through the correct path, because I really do not wish for it to bump into that. There we go, straight through the middle. Hop back on. Did not need the compass. So the plan is, I'll get this ready to hook up, And then the jobs say 79 minutes. My plan is 30 minutes. That is the plan. Where do I deal with the lights on this thing? I have to remember where some of the controls are. There they are. Lights front. We'll go to that. Lights rear. Cab lights. Yeah, I'll switch. That does not need to be on. There we go. So the reason I do this is because if I have this ready to hook up before, if you're new to Derail Valley, welcome to the game. If you hook this up before or get this ready to hook up before, so bring it right there, it means you save on moving the train or moving the locomotive to the right spot to connect the train, and therefore have a better chance of getting the what do you call it? The what's it named? Bonus. That's it. I think it's just called time bonus. Yes, I think they just call it time bonus. I do have to remember that this train, the brakes on this train are not exactly the greatest. Right. So, one thing that I did say about this was the fact that I could use this to potentially see where I'm going to bump into something, but it does not appear to be something I can really do. It's easier to just look out there. So I was going to try and look out that window, but it really doesn't help. This window is actually a lot better. So that there is the buffer. You can just about see the front. And so I'm just ensuring that I get that as close as possible. Yeah, this train does take a bit of a... It does take a bit of pressure, brake pressure, to get it slowed down. That should just roll into place. It's probably going to just about stop, so I'll just push it just a touch more. Just a touch more than that. Right, that will do. And whilst that is reversing, I'm going to go ahead and grab the job. So we'll just run here using the F key, which is just makes things so much easier. And just go ahead and grab that order. So now the timer begins. Oh, come on. Get to the right spot. Here it is. The timer now begins. So, first off, connect. Great. There we go. First off, let's try this again. Right, okay, I'll just hook the brakes up then, I guess. There you go, let the brakes start connecting up to each other and bleeding through and whatnot. Do that, find out which... apparently the handbrake is on the opposite side. I'm now stuck. But where is the handbrake on? Where? Oh, the handbrake's on top. Wait, these do not have handbrakes. Do these really? No, they do. They do. They're in here. There they are. I was going to say, surely there's a handbrake somewhere on this. It is in here somewhere. Handbrake. There it is. That was the one I wanted. That's a good spot for a handbrake. Okay. Now that I've got that, what I really should have done is also plan this. So, on our exit, so we come out to the iron mine east, we wish to be going that direction, which is correct. That is correct. That is incorrect. We now want to be going in that direction. That is correct. That will run fine. That needs to be going in that direction. That is fine. That is correct. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. And then over to the steel mill. That should, in theory, be fine. I'll explain that all in a minute, but of course, since the timer is ticking away, I've already taken 2 minutes, it is time for us to move on. Make sure that people understand that this locomotive is about to... this train is ready to depart. Please stand clear of the wagons. I guess I could also, take a thumbnail right here, because I am taking iron ore from an iron mine. It's always an interesting thing, right? There isn't much in it. There really isn't much in it. It's a bit weird. How do I go up and down again? Is it not control goes down? That's it. What goes up? Space. There we go. Iron ore delivery. That can be the thumbnail. It's a shame that depth of field does not just automatically activate in photo mode, because that would be really nice. But there we go. Okay, so for those people who are new to this series, once you have the dispatcher mod, which I've got a dispatcher license, you get to change where all the points are on the route, except for 2. There is 1 point here going northeast, which goes into a garage, and I learnt that right here there's another point which splits between you being able to go southwest or southeast. Now the southeast line appears to be a dead end, and of course here is a garage, and I think there is another garage somewhere along here which also does not have a set of points. So there are a few that you cannot change and you'd have to change manually, but it is the same effectively as going up to any one of these points and changing them, or using the radio to do the same. Let's go ahead and just ease on out of here, because this is going to be downhill, so I've got to be a little bit careful. And then the way you look at these is the direction that the circle is. So you've got the black dot and then the red circle around it that is on one side of it. That is the direction the switch is facing. So imagine that this one, what you're looking at is effectively upside down. So though it is pointed to the right here, it is actually going off to the left because this is upside down. Just align it up with the direction of the... Why is this train slowed down so much? Hello? Have I messed something up? Everything was fine a moment ago. Apparently I can give this a lot of power though. That's wheel slip. I've been told that's one thing I'm supposed to give this train. I'm also just going to very quickly, just because I don't trust myself on these. That's fine. I know I'm going to have to run back to the train very quickly. Doesn't have a brake on both sides, does it? I cannot hear any brake squeal. No, there doesn't appear to be any brake squeal. Train's just being annoying. Right, there's clearly something I'm doing wrong here. There has to be. This should not be the struggle that it is. There's no brake on this side. I didn't accidentally switch on the dynamic brake, no. No, I have not done that. No, we are moving. Maybe I'm just supposed to really kick a lot of power into this. I think that might have been a bit of an uphill section, if I'm completely honest. I think it was. And that is probably what I got caught out on. I didn't read it properly because I was too busy explaining this. So yes, and then all I can do is just click on these and it just switches the direction of the switch, which is really, really good. Now, I just have to be wary of the different speed limits. That is all. So we're okay for speed at the moment. I just hope I'm also going the right way. I'm going the right direction. Good. We are creeping up to about 40, so might need to use the train brake a bit. That's the independent. No, it isn't. That was the train brake, wasn't it? That's the train brake. Good. Only because I'm not entirely certain what speeds go where. There is a 60 here. Oh, that's downhill. Right, so this is where the dynamic brake should come in. Which is that one. I hope the dynamic brake does what I want it to do, because this looks a little tight. Dynamic brake is working. I might be able to release the train brakes here. Just run the dynamic. Also, thank you to the person, who was it? Train Spotting? Something Train Spotting. Was it British Train Spotting? Who did explain what the dynamic brake is and how it works. I should have probably clarified. What does that blue thing mean? I do know how it works. My concern was more I didn't know how to get it working in practice. I should have been quite clear about that. But thank you regardless for actually explaining what it is and how it works overall. I think we're all right for this turn. Oh no, not really. We are definitely going downhill. Now the big question is, should I be using the dynamic brake alongside the train brake? Because I'm not entirely certain. Also have to get used to two more controls that I generally do not use. 50 and a fairly steep descent. I'm going to see how these brakes hold out, or how the dynamic holds out. Oh, that's gone. Oh, okay, maybe that was a compressor. All right, up on the brakes. That was definitely creeping. Now that I don't know what that blue one is for. I'll be honest. Now 50 is there. 45 is perfectly all right. We are making our way through. This is probably the best time for dynamic brakes. I'll be honest. Maybe I should take another thumbnail, or potential thumbnail, should I say? Oh, especially with that rock. Good rock. Ooh, that's a nice... No, not quite so nice, but there we go. That's a fairly nice view. With a rock and... ooh, no, stop. Now, if only, as I said, if only there was... So if we go to display... Sorry, graphics... Oh, it isn't even here. There used to be, I'm sure there was something of depth of field. Huh. Maybe Maybe I was imagining that. Also, anti-aliasing, I think I probably need to change that mode to something else. TAA, not exactly the greatest. Photo mode, auto pause, always great. Yep. Okay, none of those. But this can be potentially another thumbnail. Nope, look up. There we go. With all the dynamic brakes. Now we are going into an 80, which is good, but I think that looking at this, though it's an 80 right now, it probably will require slowing down. Maybe, all right, let's see what happens. I'm going to ease off the dynamic brake. I'm ready on the train brakes, because we are now doing 55. That's 33 miles per hour. 60. Keep an eye out. There's a 70 coming up. Yep, time to get in on those brakes. That's a 70, probably going to be dropping a little further. Just a horn blast warning about entering a tunnel. Anybody in the tunnel, get out of the way. That's a 60 and it's going to be dropping further, so I'm going to... Oh, these brakes? Okay, the train brakes are pretty good. Slow down to about 40, I guess. How much more are we slowing down? Let's have a look. I think 50 is probably what we're going to be slowing down to. So again, do I activate the dynamic brake here or what? Maybe the dynamic brake needs to be pretty high. I'm not sure. Slow down quite a bit, but we are in a downhill. And it did say the speed is going to increase. This is the bit that I knew was coming, because we're going to end up down there somewhere. Oh, this just seems pretty steep. Yes, I think we're ending up down there somewhere. I think. Let's keep that train brake in just a bit. Make sure we are headed in the right direction, and we are. Oh, bit of a texture glitch there. Let's if the developers are watching, just a place to fix. 80 going down and level ground. Yes, so we end up down there, and there is a junction. We're not going to be on that side, we'll be on the opposite side for this one. We're doing about 30. Riding the brakes, which is probably not the best of ideas, but there we go. Okay, the train is fairly capable. Yeah, I will agree with that statement. But it's just a matter of figuring out how capable and how to really get it moving. So I think we're fairly level now as we go around through this tunnel. I could add a bit more throttle, but I mean, we'll be at the steel mill fairly soon. 60 is what we want, but it will be dropping probably back down to 40. It's only been about 10 minutes, right? So I'll let it creep up to 30 maybe. I might keep this locomotive, as in take it around everywhere, for a while anyway. Well, what's the next speed? Doesn't say, although that conifer is straight through the track. Oh dear. Check route map once again. So we are coming around this, and we want to be making sure that that does head towards the steel mill, which it does. Good, 40. Thought so. And we are just about creeping up again. I guess I'll try the dynamic brakes again. Oh, and we've just clipped a tree. Oh, the dynamic brakes are working. Definitely doing something. That is good. Okay, so it's just a matter of understanding how powerful the dynamic brakes are, or indeed are not. .40 with gradient of 1.3% on a decline. This is the problem with driving the train backwards. Okay, that's struggling. So, just going to make sure I do use... Yep. I do use the train brakes along with the dynamic there. Ease off the dynamic brake, let the train, we're now in a 50, let the train push us. Well, apparently not. We'll just accelerate now. Right, where are we? Still got a few corners to go. Yep, I was waiting for that noise. Why is it doing this? Why is it having a problem here? Oh, that's a steep decline. Let's just let it ease into that. Minus 2.8, here we go. Watch the speed. And the fact that it looks like there is a sharp corner coming up, followed by another sharp corner. So really, really watch the speed here. .40, there it is. Hard on those brakes. And then I think that will be going into a 30. There's a lot of looking back and forth in this video. Again, as I said, a disadvantage of driving, well, this way. Cannot even see around this corner, it's so tight. Watch the speed. What I need to do is I need to buy one of those little tools, a little speedometer, digital speedometer, and stick it on this side. Oh, it's a 4. No, this is a 30. Come on, hard on the brakes. There we go. I knew it. We're alright, we're going around at 20 now. We're perfectly fine. Okay, we're going around at 14. 13. What's the next speed? 60, still downhill. This train is enjoying plenty of downhill moments. Now, if we just ease off the brakes here. perhaps we'll have enough momentum. Gravity can help us through this. Pick up to... Right, it says 60. What? How much more? 60, 50. I probably want 50, if I'm to be perfectly frank. Frank? Who's Frank? Come on. Come on. Let me save fuel by just allowing this thing to push. Just push all the way through. There it goes. Just continue along. In fact, how much fuel do I have? A lot. What I could do is I could run this to a few places and then fill up fuel. That would be pretty cool. Any more sharp bits coming? Perhaps a 50. So I'll be wary of that. You do get used to consistently looking at the map, looking back and judging what sort of speed you want to be carrying through some of this. It's about 45. This is probably a decentish speed. I've got about 10 minutes to get to my destination if I want to make my half an hour mark. That's probably as fast as I wish to go. This is 50 now. And I think that is a 50 corner coming up, so let's ease on the brakes a little. Get the train slowing. That's it. Good. Apparently that isn't a 50 corner, but I think I'm going to take it at 50. Oh no, it isn't this corner, it's the left-hand corner that's coming up. This one that's coming up, I think, should be a 50. Or apparently isn't. Alright. Fine by me. Just continue easing it very lightly on the brakes at the moment. About 15% below line speed. Do you have a 60 here? So what speed was this before? Hang on. That is weird. Okay. Well, I think I might have missed a sign. Now, ease off on the brakes because we are level. But keep it at about 40 just for checking. Right, so it says 70 to the right, but it's actually 60. So you have to be wary of that too. And then beyond this, right, now it should be a minimum of 60 the entire way through. Absolute minimum. Is that the correct way? It is. Is that the correct way? It is. Good. All right. Here we go then. Minimum 60. Now if I mess up, it is entirely my fault because I've messed up that, but I haven't because clearly it is fine. It says 100 over to the right. On the divergent route it's 60, but apparently it goes straight back into a 60. So let's just really start going for it, which would be absolutely fine to go for it, but when you cannot see where you're going, it can be a bit of a problem. 80. We'll just keep accelerating. Here we go. Okay, so what have I learned about this train? Or this locomotive? it really needs to be revved out, as I think was also mentioned to me. Really needs to be revved out on the throttle. I still am not sure if it likes hills. I'll be honest about that. But otherwise, it's all right. It really is all right. Now, what I should be doing is... let's ease off on that. Right, what I should be doing is preparing for where this needs to be. So it's a A6I. Alright. Steel mill. A6. So that way, that way, that way, that way. Sorted. And I can fill up fuel if I needed to at the steel mill. I have plenty of it though. So, good thing about this is that there is loads of fuel. The only problem is that I would have to pay the insurance copay if I needed to get any new licenses. I'm not sure I'm going to be getting any new licenses. Let's double check that. Over to the left, right. Now I have one issue. How on earth am I going to... I'm going to have to do something here. Because I'm not going to be able to get this train... I'm not going to be able to get this locomotive out. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get this locomotive out at all. I'll put a little bit more power in. A little bit more power in. I'll figure that out when I get there. Maybe when I run it on the shunting job, I'll have to do something funny to it. I don't know. So 2 to the horn. I know the speed's going to be going down, but we are only doing 65, 70 kilometers per hour roughly coming up upon it. So it does struggle to get up to speed. There is that. Now, how would I do this? Can I drop this off, run around it, come back, and then push it in? I think that might be my best option. There's the steel mill. Right there. Yes, that is what I'm going to do. Up to 70. Do have an 80. And a slight uphill, so it's perfectly alright. I know this is going to go down to a 62. Not a 62, but a 60 as well, also. It's managing. There's the 60. Come on, hard on the brakes. Into the 60 we go. And I'm actually going to slow it down further because this is the garage where we start, or the workshop where we start, garage where we start, I don't know. But I'm going to slow it down further because we have to now try to figure out... I'll toot the horn. We're here. We have arrived with some iron to make it steel, turn to steel. So this is where I'm going to have to try and figure this one out. I know where we need to go. I just don't know how to... The only thing I could think of... Now I could have run the train along there. Oh, idea. Quickly. Turn. Good. Oh no, that isn't going to work. Stop. That isn't going to work. There isn't enough room for me to do this. Blast. I know what I want to do. There just isn't enough room for me to... No, there just isn't enough room for me to pull this off. How am I going to do this? Let's push this back up. And whilst we're pushing this train, I'm just going to have a look around. So the train's supposed to come along here. Into here. Not into there. Into... Oh, where are we? Into here, right? Yes, into here. But then I'm going to end up stuck. So the only thing I can think of doing... Okay, I have a plan. I could run it along here, disconnect it, run all the way around the train. There isn't even an empty track for me to do that. No, it isn't happening. There's no empty track. Let's stop this. Oh. Alright, let's go ahead and figure this one out. Stop. Train, stop. 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 Okay. Another idea is I take the shunting job in the next video. That's the only thing I can think of. I take the shunting job and then I push the train out and see if I can shunt it to wherever it needs to go, and hopefully that works. I am slightly concerned about this. I have another really silly idea. Okay. Here's my next very silly idea. I've got to be very quick about this, though. Okay, where are you going? You're going there, that's fine. Oh, this is not going to work. There's not enough room for me to... No, there isn't enough room for me to do this. Oh, can I try it though? Come on, come on, come on. This is going to be very difficult. Change it and slam on the brakes. That's not good enough. Move it forward, move it forward. Please tell me that's enough room. Push it if I have to. Oh my word, it's worked. I have just managed something that I wasn't expecting to work. Right, I'm going to say that I am currently somewhat impressed that okay, so I had an idea, I tried the idea, and it worked. I am surprised. It doesn't often go that way. Now the only question is, how do I stop the train? That is going to be a problem. How do I stop said train? I mean, it is just coasting in, which is good, and I can just grab the handbrake. How far do I have to go? I just bumped into this one just because it needed... There was enough room. Is it all in over here? It is. You, handbrake. Handbrake, handbrake, handbrake. That's going to stop it. It's in. It's where it needs to be. I'm going to very quickly switch off this engine. Out of complete surprise. Yeah, you just stay there. And over to... Oh, where is it? Is it this one here? No, where is it? It'd be nice if I could remember where... Get on top of this so I can have a look. Where the station... Where's the station? It's down here. Here it is. Okay. I have no idea whether this worked exactly as I want it to work, and I've probably messed something up. Let's find out. No, I did it in 36 minutes. That wasn't too bad. Let's find out how much the fees are anyway. £6,000. That wasn't terrible. Let me find out. What did I get? 28. So 22 grand. Roughly. Oh, actually it's 29. So take away the 6 from that. It's 23. 23k. That's not too bad, actually. I'll be honest, I think I need to end this video right here on this success. The fact that I've managed to do that, I'm fairly surprised about. But it worked. It's definitely worked. So in the next video, what am I going to be doing? I'm looking for the station, apparently. Hello? It's down here, right? Yes. So in the next video, what am I going to be doing? Well, let's have a quick peek at what we have available. We could do some shunting, which I think that train is probably decent at shunting. What's even funnier is I have a feeling that is actually where I currently am. We could do that shunting job. So I'm just looking at how many drop-offs, 2 drop-offs, so split it into 2. 36 minutes, that seems easy enough. Let's pick up 3. That doesn't seem too difficult. Pick up 2, that doesn't seem too difficult either. There are a lot of shunting jobs available here. And then, of course, there's the shunting job of our own one, which is this one. So I could do that too for an extra 10 grand, the train that we just brought in. I'm just going to quickly check something as I do the outro for this video. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to click on the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel. There we go. I'll try and say that properly. For more videos on Derail Valley, leave a comment in the comments box below. Let me know what you think. Any suggestions you might have. Were you as surprised as I was? That's completely different. Were you as surprised as I was that when I was putting it into the sidings, being able to split the train and run off with one, move the locomotive out the way as quickly as that actually worked. 21, that's the one right at the back, so that's one I'm definitely not taking. 72, this one could probably be the one that I need to do. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon. There are going to be some Patreon changes, I just have not got around to doing them yet, which should just make it nicer for everybody else, everyone who's actually got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 4 of them. Yes, so do consider supporting me on Patreon. It would be, I think it'd be quite nice. I'll try to make it a little bit better for everybody. That's not the one. Please tell me that this is not. Oh, that is in the way. I can see why this one might be a little difficult. That's another 3, and then is this the other one? No, that's the other 21 one. If the 21 is just 2 cars, maybe I should grab that first. Not sure. It's 3. Right, okay. Could have some potential issues. Although I could just move. I could move the cars. I could move the car first, and then go ahead and start grabbing these and putting them wherever they need to be. But yes, that is that, and I suppose that is all from me. So let's see. So just wandering around a moment. Yep, that is pretty much it, and that is all from me. So I shall see you next time. Oh, there's the 20. Please tell me the 72 isn't somewhere in here. Is this it? It is. Okay. This might be problematic. This one might actually be problematic, so I'll have to think about it. But that is all from me, and I shall see you next time in Derail Valley Simulator, where I'll probably be doing some sort of shunting job. I'm just trying to work out exactly how I would do it, because, well, everything's in the way. So how am I supposed to unload anything with all this stuff in the way? Not entirely sure. But I will see you next time.